Hi everyone, it's Leah here. I thought I'd pop on today and just talk a little bit about something that I've been thinking about this morning, which is, I don't really know exactly what to call it, but I guess it's judgment and, on the flip side, acceptance. And I'm really privileged in the job that I do, that I get to sort of see and hear lots of people's stories in a way that they probably wouldn't tell an awful lot of other people. And the tendency to really judge not only ourselves, but, what's happening around us as good or bad, acceptable, unacceptable, what we want or what we don't want, can often be, something that really holds people back. And part of the reason that I've been thinking about that this week is I'm trying to do a lot more social media, a lot more video, and that's something I really struggle with. I judge myself a lot. So, for instance, today I wanted to do this video ages earlier, but I've had my hair cut. I don't feel like I can style it very well. I feel like I look tired because I've had a migraine over the last day or two. So I just didn't want to do it. But it's not just a personal thing, actually. When we think about the really big thing that's happening in the UK at the moment, which is leaving the EU, most people have some form of judgment about that. Most people have a strong opinion that they absolutely believe to be right and true. And that's what happens, is that our primitive mind, the emotional mind within the unconscious part of our mind, because of the way that it behaves, it makes us think and believe that our opinions, our belief systems are absolutely true. But that's not always the case. And I thought the best way to talk about this was to share a little kind of parable or story that always really helps me to think about when I'm in that kind of situation. So this is actually, I believe, an old Taoist parable. And it tells of an old farmer who, on this particular day, his horse has run away. So his neighbours come to visit him to commiserate with him and, say, oh my gosh, what bad fortune for you. And in response, he simply says, maybe. So the next day, that horse, it comes back, and with it, it brings 3 other wild horses. And so the neighbours again come to visit the farmer to offer their congratulations on his good fortune. And again, in response, he simply says, maybe. So the next day, his son rides one of the wild horses, trying to break it in and tame it. And he's thrown and breaks his leg really badly. And so the neighbours come to visit the old farmer and offer their commiserations on his and his son's bad fortune. And in response, you've probably guessed it, he simply says, maybe. And the next day, the army comes to conscript young men into the army to go fight in the war. And because of his broken leg, his son is not selected, so he gets to stay at home with his family. So again, the neighbours come to visit and offer their congratulations on his good fortune. And again, he says, maybe. You get the point. The point is, you don't know. You don't have the information to judge whether something is good or bad, whether it's going to work for you, whether it's not, whether it's something that's going to lead you where you want to go or where it's not. So there's no easy answer to this, of course, but I think the thing is just not to let yourself get too caught up in trying to judge things, and just kind of go ahead and do it and try and have... it's easy to say this, not so easy to do it. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at this, but to try and accept what is and accept what's happening, and just be flexible, see what happens. And I know that's not very easy sometimes if you're neurodiverse. I'm autistic, so actually being flexible doesn't always come naturally to me. And also not having fixed ideas on what's right and wrong and good and bad, it doesn't come naturally. But, this is something that can really help offset some of the difficulties that we face with our well-being. So I'd be interested in your thoughts. Hopefully your judgments are nice and flexible, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Bye.